Tonight is our 11th annual Fine Arts Festival here in Lenawee County, and it's been really impressive to see how this has morphed and grown and tweaked and changed each year since it began, and I'm personally very glad to see that it's still going. Everything from about 3 minutes on is going to be about our students tonight, but I do want to take a second and thank a couple of folks that I did not hear thanked yet. Certainly our sponsors. It couldn't happen without them. But in addition, there's some key staff members that really dig into the details, and none of them probably want to be recognized, but one of them I see right here, so I'm going to have her step out. Emily Gifford is our new... She is our new coordinator for this event, and at least near as I can tell, and we'll find out in a few minutes, things seem to go without a hitch today, and even if there was a hitch, it still went. And so I really appreciate everything she's done. And I saw another lady out of the corner of my eye over here that probably doesn't want to be recognized, but she's been on a consultant basis, and that's Ann Canizo. If she could wave. Real quick, interesting story is Ann helped organize the first 10 years of this, but I don't know that there can be any better compliment than to have an event copied. And just recently, Monroe County schools put on their first ever countywide arts festival, and several months ago, they met with Emily and Ann and other folks that have been integral in that event over the years. So it's pretty neat to see that happen in the county next door to us, and I think a lot of credit goes to those two ladies. Quickly, in addition, Tiffany Garno is a student intern who worked on this event. Yep, some folks are appreciating her. And also two key members from staff at the Intermediate School District, Andrew Munson, who's our community relations coordinator, and Janine Decker really put in, especially this last couple of weeks, there are just a ton of hours, as you can imagine, that goes into pulling this off. In addition, the Siena Heights University has been a great partner on this event, and my memory's not so good sometimes, but Joni Warner certainly has been involved over the years. I know that much, and I'd like to have us appreciate Joni. But the part I don't remember is I saw some public safety staff today, which is kind of nice, because anytime you get hundreds of kids on a campus, that doesn't hurt. And we had another major countywide event going on earlier in the day for 8th graders around career exploration. So it was a pretty busy day for Lenawee students here. In addition, one of the key partners, I know they've already been mentioned, but they hosted several workshops at the Adrian Community Center for the Arts, and that was pretty impressive to see all their volunteers and staff work with our students today. I was going to thank Mother Nature, but you know, we just about made it today. It was beautiful this morning. A lot of the activities, when it made sense, were outside, so students were enjoying that. And then right around about 2 o'clock, it got kind of funky outside, but overall, it was a good day. Then lastly, but certainly most importantly, I think we need to thank the students that have been involved, because really this is all about the students and that they make this day what it is. They learn so much from each other as the day goes on. Kind of in summary here, Matt and I got a little better coordinated this year, so we're not going to sound like echoes. Some of you were here last year, we kind of duplicated comments, but as you see in your program, and if you've talked to your student or your child at all today, you know that this year's theme is Rise Up, which is centered around the phenomenal musical Hamilton. And one of the central themes of that production is not throwing away your shot. And that's really a powerful message that was stressed throughout the day, but a powerful message for all of us, and I think that hopefully will come through in some of the performances this evening. I can't think of a more appropriate theme for the Fine Arts Festival, because though this is truly one kind of moment in time, or it seems like it, really we would like to see this movement or momentum continue on, not just for the rest of the day or the rest of the year, but for these students to continue to thrive and to enjoy the arts here we have a lot of unique opportunities for a small community in Lenawee County when it comes to the arts. So without further ado, I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Matthew Dowd, who serves as Siena Heights University Dean of College Arts and Sciences.
Thank you very much, Mark. Thank you, Joni and Emily, for inviting me to give some introductory remarks. I'm really happy to be here. This is the 11th annual, but for me, I'm a sophomore. I've been at Siena Heights 2 years, so this is my second annual. And Mark and I joked last year that I kind of had to just throw my speech out because he gave my entire speech. We hadn't really coordinated. This year, I think we coordinated for about 2 minutes. So I'm only throwing out the top half of my speech, so I get the rest of it ready to go. But anyway, let me take my time to it is really about the kids tonight, so let me take my time to welcome you to Siena Heights. I want to say that art is right in our DNA at Siena Heights. It's in our heart, it's in our soul, it has been since the very beginning. If you know anything about Siena Heights, you'll know it was founded by the Adrian Dominican sisters, and art is a core value to them. And so in 1919, we got our start. We'll be celebrating our 100th year here in Adrian next year. So I invite you all as a community to come celebrate with us next year. We're going to have lots of events that will be celebrating our 100th year. But if you look around, live and well, 100 years later, especially in the arts, we have just recently opened part of our new Performing Arts Center. That's already underway. We've had some events in the theater already, including Young Frankenstein, which was amazing. And soon, in August, the entire place will be opened. And it's a phenomenal center, and we welcome you as a community. If you can come join us, please do. It's a beautiful place. To all of you students who are here, I want to say a deep appreciation for a really great day. I got a chance to walk around and see students that were here preparing for what they would be doing tonight, and I thought to myself, these are awesome scholars, right? Practicing their art, trying to figure out if this is something that they want to do for the rest of their lives. And it caused me to remember a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson, which is, I'm probably saying it quite not exactly right, but it was essentially that every artist, every great artist, begins as an amateur, right? And so we have a lot of amateurs here tonight, but it makes me wonder how many of these folks that are with us tonight will end up being those great artists of the future. And so it's a pretty exciting night. I also wanted to thank all the parents and all the supporters, the grandparents, everybody else here who has supported these scholars. It's really wonderful that you've done this. It also causes me to think of a Picasso quote about art, which is essentially, every child is an artist. However, the challenge is how to remain an artist when you're an adult. And so here we are as adults trying to appreciate this art. And so I want to leave you with those two quotes. For those of you that are interested in our art programs, we really highly encourage you to take a look at them. We've got a variety of offerings for college students, BFAs in art, a Bachelor of Arts in art. We have graphic design, we have theater, and a number of different varieties. We have, I said graphic design, we have music education. I could keep going. We have a lot to offer here in the arts, so I encourage you to look out. But without further ado, let me please say thank you so much for being with us tonight. Thanks for letting Siena Heights be a part of this, and welcome, and let's have a great time.
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I'ma get a scholarship to King's College. I probably shouldn't brag, but dag, I'm amazed and astonished. The problem is I got a lot of brains, but no polish. I gotta holler just to be heard. With every word I drop knowledge. I'm a diamond in the rough, a shining piece of coal, trying to reach my goal. My power of speech, unimpeachable. Only 19, but my mind is older. These New York City streets get colder. I shoulder every burden, every disadvantage I've learned to manage. I don't have a gun to brandish. I walk these streets famished. The plan is to fan this spark into a flame. But damn, it's getting dark, so let me spell out the name. I am the A-L-E-X-A-N-D-E-R. We are meant to be a colony that runs independently. Meanwhile, Britain keep on us endlessly. Essentially, they tax us relentlessly. Then King George turns around, runs a spending spree. He ain't never gonna set his descendants free. So there will be a revolution in this century. Enter me,
he says in parentheses.
Don't be shocked when your history book mentions me. I will lay down my life if it sets us free. Eventually, you'll see my ascendancy. And I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. It's time to take a shot.
I dream of life without a monarchy. The unrest in France will lead to anarchy. Anarchy, how you say? Oh, anarchy. When I fight, I make the other side panicky with my shot.
Yo, I'm a tailor's apprentice, and I got y'all knuckleheads and local parentes. I'm joining a rebellion, cause I know it's my chance to socially advance. Instead of sewing some pants, I'm gon' take a shot.
But we'll never be truly free until those in bondage have the same rights as you and me. You and I do or die. Wait till I sally in on a stallion with the first black battalion. Have another shot.
Geniuses, lower your voices. You keep out of trouble and you double your choices. I'm with you, but the situation is fraught. You've got to be carefully taught. If you talk, you're gonna get shot.
Bird, check what we got. Mr. Lafayette, hard rock like Lancelot. I think your pants look hot. Lawrence, I like you a lot. Let's hatch a plot blacker than the kettle calling the pot. What are the odds of God to put us all in one spot? Pop in a squad and conventional wisdom like it or not. A bunch of revolutionary manumission abolitionists. Give me a position, show me where the ammunition is. Oh, am I talking too loud? Sometimes I get overexcited, shoot off at the mouth. I never had a group of friends before. I promise that I'll make y'all proud.
Let's get this guy in front of a crowd.
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot.
Everybody sing.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hey.
Whoa.
Say, let him hear you. Let's go. I said, shout it to the rooftop. Sit to the rooftop. Oh, come on. Come on, let's go. Rise up when you're living on your knees. You rise up. Tell your brother that he's gotta rise up. Tell your sister that she's gotta rise up.
When are these colonies gonna rise up? 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 Rise up!
I imagine death so much it feels more like a memory. When's it gonna get me? In my sleep, 7 feet ahead of me. If I see it coming, do I run or do I let it be? Is it like a beat without a melody? See, I never thought I'd live past 20. Where I come from, some get half as many. Ask anybody why we living fast and we laugh. Reach for a flask, we have to make this moment last. That's plenty, scratch that. This is not a moment, it's the movement. Where all the hungriest brothers with something to prove went. Foes oppose us, we take an honest stand. We roll like Moses, claiming our promised land. And if we win our independence, is that a guarantee of freedom for our descendants? Or will the blood we shed begin an endless cycle of vengeance and death with no defendants? I know the action in the street is exciting, but Jesus, between all the bleeding and fighting I've been reading and writing, we need to handle our financial situation. Are we a nation of states? What's the state of our nation? I'm past patiently waiting, I'm passionately...
My name is Erin Pfeiffer. I was lucky enough to work with these very talented group of drama students today. You saw just a piece of what we worked on today, stage combat with Chloe Whiting Stevenson. We also did some improv this morning with Miss Chris Sancho. We had two professionals, Adrian High School graduates, Heather Yerrick and Brian Hissong, who are working professionally, doing what they love in the field, came and talked with our students this morning and did a masterclass experience with them. And you can also see I didn't beat all of them up today. I did put them through the ringer today, but I didn't beat them up. They had a wonderful workshop with Hadley Williams and Emily Rebar and Brittany Essen on stage makeup. So thank you so much for being here tonight. Drama kids, nice job.
Good evening. My name is Wes King. I'm the Director of Bands and Assistant Professor of Music here at Siena Heights University. And being from the county, you might also recognize me as the Music Director of the Adrian City Band. It has been my pleasure and honor to work with these really talented students all day on a variety of music, and I'm really excited to share with you what we've been working on. Before we get started though, and actually I'm quite proud of the number of band students that have been out here with the different tracks helping today. And as you might or may not know, we just had graduation this past weekend, so these are students out of school, giving up time just out of the goodness of their hearts. But I want to recognize three of those students in particular that have been helping with the music track. These three students are music majors, and two of them are studying to be future band directors and choir directors, and what an outstanding opportunity for them to have and see behind the scenes and assist. So I want to recognize with the drum line, Mr. Jordan Pelfrey, who is a graduate of Adrian High School. I want to recognize Mr. Taylor Sunderman, who is helping out the band this morning and the orchestra throughout the day, a graduate of Hudson High School. And I want to recognize Mr. John Vargo, who's been in the back with the band all day, and he's a graduate of Quincy High School. We have some really, really talented feature music educators and musicians in our department here, and I'm really excited what their future is going to hold. Today, when they asked me to direct this year, they told me the theme was Rise, and so I really started to think about what that meant and what music might fit that. So we're going to open with, some of you may be familiar with the movie The Prince of Egypt. And if you're not familiar with it, it is a DreamWorks animated movie, musical movie that's about the Exodus story and Moses and the Hebrews leaving Egypt. And so as I thought, what pieces came to mind, I thought the music of Stephen Schwartz and the story of the Exodus story and these Hebrews rising up and God delivering them from Egypt into the Promised Land. And it's just a perfect fit for the theme. So if you're not familiar with it, it's on Netflix, and it's a wonderful movie. The three tunes that you're going to hear are Deliver Us, and it starts with a trumpet feature, and it's almost a prayer. It's the prayer of Moses' mother as she casts him down the river, and it's the prayer of the Hebrew people for deliverance. It goes into Through Heaven's Eyes, and it's through the movie where Moses is looking beyond his own problems and seeing it from the cosmic view. And it ends with When You Believe, and the line is, when you believe, miracles can happen. And so I think it's a wonderful piece of music, and I hope you really enjoy it. Here is Stephen Schwartz's The Prince of Egypt. If you'll forgive me for being on my cell phone in rehearsal here for a moment. The next song is by a very famous living composer, Frank Kelly, and he's written pieces for just about every music ensemble, every idiom, and he is just a very successful and savvy composer. And Earth Song, which we're going to play next, is an example of his savviness. It started as a band piece called Sanctuary, and somebody said, we really like this portion of the piece. Could you take it and write that for choir? So he wrote it for choir, and people said, we really like that choir piece that you wrote. Can you go ahead and make that for band? So he said, you know what, I'll make it for band. And so he got a twofer on the piece that he originally wrote for band. So this is a really, I think, timely song, a timely piece of music, Earth Song. And it's a reaction to violence. And there's been a lot of violence lately. There's been a lot of violence in schools lately. And we talked about this in rehearsal today. And I was reminded, as I was thinking of the theme of the concert, I was reminded of, since we've been talking about quotes tonight, the great quote by Leonard Bernstein. "This will be our reply to violence, to make music more intensely, more beautifully, more devotedly than ever before." And when you think about the words to Earth Song, the words, and I think it's important to know the lyrics to a choral piece, the words are sing, be, live, and see. This dark, stormy hour, the wind, it stirs. The scorched earth cries out in vain. O war and power, you blind and blur. The torn heart cries out in pain. But music and singing have been my refuge, and music and singing shall be my light. A light of song, shining strong, hallelujah, hallelujah. Through darkness and pain and strife, I'll sing, I'll be, live, see. And I think about this a lot as somebody whose brothers, are in the military. My little brother just deployed to Afghanistan, and I think about this a lot. I think a lot about our young people. I have a daughter in Adrian Public Schools and in kindergarten. So this piece, I think, is just such a timely piece, and I think it's going to be our reaction to violence. So here's to Kelly's Earth Song. Before we play our last number, I just want to say thank you to the parents for coming out. Like, I know my children are small, and this all awaits me, but even with them, I know how hard it is maybe to come out at night and do something. So thank you. Thank you for allowing your students to be a part of this and for continuing to allow them and support them in the arts. They're so important, and I believe that with all of my being. So thank you very much. And speaking of the arts, art majors and theater majors and music majors at Siena Heights receive financial aid, but members of the band, choir, and orchestra here at Siena Heights, unlike some colleges in the state of Michigan, are all eligible for performance scholarships regardless of their major. So I will definitely be around, and if there are any parents that would like to talk about that with their students, I've spoken with them, and we've talked about it today, but I definitely would love to chat with you about that and the amazing opportunities that we have here at Siena Heights. And I'm going to go ahead and move on to our last piece. This piece is extremely timely. The Machine Awakes by Stephen Bryant, who is one of the most exciting young living composers that we have. This is a piece that the composer writes is the sound of something not human, but of human hands. Something not entirely organic, but most definitely alive, waking up for the first time. From the opening swirling textures, which are going to be recorded sounds, and we're going to have electronic music, and you're not ideally going to be able to tell the difference between the recorded instruments and the live instruments. We sense the first hesitant sparks of thought, attempting to find form and coherence. This new machine, sentient, aware, comes fully awake, possessed of emphatic self-determination and unfathomable purpose. And if you look at our movies, our concern about privacy, our concern about artificial intelligence, our concern about job automation, I think The Machine Awakes is a very timely piece. So we're going to end our portion tonight with Stephen Bryant's The Machine Awakes. We hope you enjoy it. I'm going to do a quick sound check, and then we're going to get started.
Wow. One more applause one more time for the band. That was awesome. That was awesome. My name is Miguel Gaitan. I am the video production coordinator first year, which was amazing. Tell you a little bit about what our students did today. We did something a little bit more unique. For the past couple of years, the video production track just went around and taped all the other tracks, and then would be on a deadline, run back, do some quick editing, throw it on an SD card, chuck it in, and wipe their hands. Well, we want to do something a little different than that. So we gave them a music video from the theme, Rise Up, from today, and we broke them up into two groups. One of them had a director and a couple camera operators and actors, and they made their own music video. Alyssa directed that, and then we had another group, which was our behind the scenes. So we did a behind the scenes video as well. So Zach and Carly produced, filmed that whole thing, and then edited the whole thing, and we had it still within enough time so you guys could see it. One cool thing about video production, the discipline, just like anything else in life, it requires repetition. And what these kids did today was, for me, every day I get to see it is amazing. They went, they took gear they never even touched before, and they were able to adapt and just let their minds go. And once they figured out what the gear was all about, they were able to just take it on, and you're about to see it. So without further ado, I want to show you two videos. One is the music video, and the other one is the behind-the-scenes video. So if you would take your attention up there to the screen. Thank you so much. And students, as always, thank you. You did an amazing job today. Thank you, guys.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
I was younger than you are now when I was given my first command. I led my men straight into a massacre. I witnessed their deaths firsthand. I made every mistake and felt the shame rise in me. And even now I lie awake, knowing history has its eyes on me. History has its eyes on me. Let me tell you what I wish I'd known when I was young and dreamed of glory. You have no control who lives, who dies, who tells your story. I know that we can win. I know that greatness lies in you. But remember, from here on in, history has its eyes on you. History has its eyes on you.
Hi, I'm Carly Selichek from Morenci High School, and I'm part of the Video and Audio Production track, and we're here at Fine Arts Festival 2018.
When you loving on me, I don't wanna die for them to miss me. Yes, I see the things that they wishing on me. Hope I got some brothers that outlive me. God's plan, God's plan.
Today we're going over ideas for a music video that we're going to make for the entire fine arts stuff. We had a couple we're going to use a song from Hamilton, and we're going to go through some pictures of the art and stuff and take some candid shots of people dancing and things like that.
Today we are filming a music video for the Fine Arts Festival. Right now we are shooting the first part where they say it's Wednesday, because it is in fact Wednesday. I think the main reason is because it gives us something to do, and it gives us the experience of having to work in groups and having a schedule and everything.
I think it's helping me learn like what to film and what not to film, how to use things that I actually shoot in a video instead of just film them and never use them.
I'm gonna start the video off with some spicy, fresh meme references, and then the video will start.
The music video goes along with the theme of the Fine Arts Festival, Rise Up, and we were given the music track from the musical Hamilton, and that's what we're using to put our video together. We started out this morning, the students listened to the music track, listened to the lyrics, and they brainstormed for about 45 minutes coming up with different ideas for video shots to include in the video.
We're doing B-roll at the moment. We have gotten the ending since we're outside, and most of it's going to be inside, I guess. Right now we're just shooting B-roll of arts around the campus, colorful things, colorful objects like flowers, trees, things like that.
I just hope they learn something, how to work together as a team. It takes more than one person. I do a lot of things on my own, but it takes more than one person to do something like we're doing, a music video.
I am doing fine arts because I think it's going to be a great experience, especially for the video and audio production, because I think it's what I want to do when I get older, and having this experience, it teaches me how to direct or just what to prepare for.
Good evening. My name is Susan Madish-Hager, and I'm Professor Emeritus from Siena Heights University. I taught here for 35 years, and today has been really wonderful. Parents, you can be so proud of these students. They have been focused all day long, and it's hard when you're a singer to sing from the first thing in the morning until the evening time. This is not an easy thing that they have done. And most of them, when they came in, we started right off the bat with having to learn the music. They have been wonderful. So the first piece that we're doing is 900 Miles. It's a folk song. It's arranged by Phil Sylvie. Dr. Sylvie actually taught in Michigan for about 7 years, and he credits Michigan with having developed his teaching chops. He's a fabulous composer, really understands the voice well, and I hope that one of the things we worked on today was imbuing our voices with emotion when we sing, so I hope that you will hear that in our voices. The second piece that we're doing has a very sad story, and with the theme of Rise Up, I chose it because I thought it was something that the students could connect with. This piece, it's a very poignant thing in that the composer, as a young student in North Carolina, his teacher came in for the first time in music. And there was really no choir available for kids at this time. And so he joined as a junior high student, and the teacher just inspired these students wonderfully. And it got so that almost every person in the school was singing in this choir. The person stayed in choir, this is the composer Joseph Martin, stayed in choir till high school. They gave a concert in the evening, and when they came back, there was police tape blocking off the music room because, unfortunately, this was an inner city school with great violence, and the teacher had been murdered. And so the children of this teacher, they were just devastated. But what Joseph Martin did is he made it a vow to inspire through music for the rest of his life. This piece was written for the American Choral Directors Association 40th anniversary for their honor choir. The name of it is The Awakening. It describes the nightmare where there is no music. But when music fills the air. The message is, let music never die in me, let it always live. So I hope you enjoy today. I do want to thank David Rains for being our accompanist. We had two fabulous music teachers that were guiding us and helping us today. So Mrs. Joyce Collins, yes, and Mr. Brett Izquierdo. So thank you, Brett, and thank you, Joyce.
don't they have beautiful voices, everyone? Yes. Before I get into what I do and the group that I work with, I just want to give another thank you to all of the parents and siblings in the audience and every one of the family members here supporting these young people pursuing their passion and pursuing the arts. So give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you for being an ally. My name is Emilio. I am a playwright, and I had the pleasure of working with the creative writing track along with my colleagues Jesse and Paige up in the audience. Woo! So because I'm a playwright, I decided to teach playwriting. And we decided to do a sort of unique partnership that we decided while we were here that there are drama students, and we would have some of the drama students act out the plays that we wrote. And some of the playwrights also decided to act in their pieces as well. So some of them are acting, and some of them wrote the wonderful plays and then passed on the dialogue to our wonderful acting students that we have. So you get to see them, those yellow shirts again. As I introduce all of the writers, we're going to do something for time's sake called a soul clap. It is a pun because it is soul, because it's one giant clap all together, but it's also filled with so much love that we call it soul. So we're going to practice. Ready? All clapping at the same time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yes, we're going to do that every time that we have the playwright stand up. So we have 4 short scenes, by the way. So can all the playwrights who wrote Immortality stand up? And soul clap. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yes. All right, and can all of the actors who will be performing in Immortality come to the stage? Welcome our actors.
Don't waste my time, Hag. Find your own way there.
You will regret that.
Goddess Kareen, I've come seeking the potion of immortality.
Foolish mortal, you are not moving.
How dare you insult me? I'm the most noble knight in the land.
Leave me. You will not acquire what you are seeking. I beg you, sir. I have not seen a soul in many moons. Please, help me.
No, you filth! I already told you before, I care not for your problem. As you wish. Come here. I'll take you to the village.
You have proven yourself worthy. Here's the potion.
Finally, the power of immortality!
Right. We also have the next scene is called Food Fight. Can all the playwrights of Food Fight stand up? Yes? All right, ready, soul clap. 1, 2, 3. Yes. And welcome the actors of Food Fight.
Pillsbury Doughboy knocks out Muffin Man with a rolling pin, putting him in a food coma. 300 years pass. He wakes to smell of pancakes and French toast. Good God, the breakfast bash has begun once again.
Blasphemy! The war has started between pancakes and French toast! That Pillsbury Doughboy!
Muffin Man rides his jetpack to Swallow Falls and looks for Pillsbury Doughboy. He finds the pancake in charge.
Hello, Mr. Cat. I want you to take me to see your boss.
Pillsbury Doughboy appears in view.
The Muffin Man has returned. It's time for this war to come to an end.
Pillsbury Doughboy and Muffin Man meet. The war starts.
No. I didn't call you toast because you're so crusty.
You just got slammed!
You're so hasty that you need a tan. Boy, without steer, it tastes like a pill.
Get slammed!
No, the garbage disposal call. They want their burnt toast back.
Slam!
Take that back, you overdue breakfast meal.
Oh, yeah? Well, guess what? I don't even have to burn you. You're already burnt.
Shut up! Overpressed waffle.
Where are we at, Danny? That was a grand slam! What is going on? Oh my God, is that Gordon Ramsay?
Yes, it's me. You overcooked bowl of cereal. I just got your
Pathetic! Why are we fighting? Can we not love muffins and also the things that the Pillsbury Doughboy makes?
I guess you're right, Gorgon Resume.
Fine, I agree. I can't really argue with Gordon Ramsay.
Shut it down! You cannot store cooked dough next to raw dough! Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Our third piece is called Femme Femam. Can all the playwrights of Femme Femam take a stand? And 1, 2, 3. Yeah. All right, and welcome the actors of Femme Femam.
Identification, please. Here you go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I'll be at the meeting in 20 minutes. Then after we can meet in the hotel room.
Okay, see you soon, babe.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Don't you have a coffee shop out there? I have the money for the hair. What the? I know what you're doing. It doesn't belong to you.
Maybe if you were thinking of your 20-year-old golden assistant, this wouldn't happen.
Please, stop. Think about the children. Stop. Stop, please. No.
All right, we have one last scene that's going to bring back all of the actors who we were able to work with. So I just want to say one more time, thank you to Miss Erin, Mr. Nathan, the drama staff for letting us use your wonderful actors. Woo! This last piece that we're going to close out with is called The Forest. So can all the playwrights of The Forest stand? We're going to do a soul clap on 3. 1, 2, 3. And welcome the cast of The Forest.
Iris walks around near the edge of the suicide forest. She reads the following sign.
Life is precious. Think before you act. Is all life precious? Tree, what is the meaning of life?
I don't know. I'm a tree. Go ask a bird or something.
Bird, what's the meaning of life? Seriously, you're talking to a bird? Go away. I can't go away. I'm a part of you. You have the power to change any part of yourself. You're the only thing in this life you can control. You've been cultivating me since before you could think. If a tree can talk, she can change. Really? A tree has a purpose. She does not have one. Humans choose their purpose. Trees don't. This is your purpose. You don't determine my purpose, I do! I am not throwing away my shot!
Our next track to perform will be our dance track, and unfortunately, the incredible choreographer and track coordinator, Jessica Adams, who taught these amazing children their dances today, had to leave. So she asked me to say a few words about what they did today. They were fortunate to perform and work at the Croswell today in the upstairs rehearsal studio, so that was a pretty incredible experience for them. They've done 2 pieces. The first piece is called Immigrants, and it's from the Hamilton mixtape. It's an awesome hip-hop number, but it has a really great message of tolerance. And the second piece that they'll be performing is called Rise Up, and that is sung by Audra Day, and that song was really chosen because of its message of kindness.
You know, and it gets into this whole issue of border security, and you know, who's going to say that the borders are secure? We've got the House and the Senate debating this issue, and it's really astonishing that in a country founded by immigrants, immigrant has somehow become a bad word. So the debate rages on, and we continue along with that.
And just like that, it's over. We tend to our wounded, we count our dead. Black and white soldiers wonder alike if this really means freedom. Not yet.
Immigrants, we get the job done.
It's a hard line when you're an import, baby boy, it's hard times when you ain't sent for braces, feed the belly of the beast with they pitchforks, rich chores done by the people that get ignored. Ya se armó, ya se despertaron, it's a whole awakening, la alarma ya sonó hace rato, los que quieren buscan, pero nos apodan como vagos, we're the on every level, ten los datos. Walk a mile in horseshoes, abrochense los zapatos. I've been scoping y'all dudes, y'all ain't been working like I do. Why y'all work ya? It hurts ya. You claim I'm stealing jobs, though. Peter Piper claimed he picked them, he just underpaid Pablo. But there ain't a paper trail when you living in the shadows. We America's ghost riders, the credit's only borrowed. It's a matter of time before the checks all come. But
immigrants, we get the job done.
Look how far I come. Look how far I come. Look how far I come.
We get the job done.
Look how far I come. Look how far I come. Look how far I come.
Immigrants, we get the job.
Not yet.
It's only borrowed, it's America's ghost riders. The credit's only borrowed, it's America's ghost riders. America's ghost riders, America's ghost riders. The credit's only borrowed, America's ghost riders. The credit's only borrowed, it's America's ghost riders. The credit's only borrowed, it's America's ghost riders. The credit's only borrowed, it's
immigrants, we get the job done.
AOA, immigrants, we don't like that. Nah, they don't play. British Empire strikes back. They're beating us like 808s and hi-hats at our own game of invasion. This ain't Iraq. Who these Fugees? What do they do for me but contribute new dreams, taxes and tool swagger and food to eat? Cool, they flee war zones, but the problem ain't ours. Even if our bombs landed on them like the Mayflower. Buckingham Palace, a Capitol Hill. Blood of my ancestors had that all built. With an ink you print on your dollar bill. Oil you spill, thin red line on the flag you hoist when you kill. But still we just say, look how far I come. Hindustan, Pakistan to London, to a galaxy far from their ignorance. Cause
immigrants, we get the job done.
Look how far I come. Look how far I come. Look how far I come.
Immigrants, we get the job done.
Not yet.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. The silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And for that we have each other. And I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up, I like the waves. We'll rise up in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again.
Good evening. My name is Bruce Kiesling, and I am the music director of the Adrian Symphony Orchestra. And it's we have one fan over there, so thank you very much. It's very nice to be here today. This is my second year actually doing this program, and it's been very wonderful to see improvement here, even over what I heard last year. But also, just again, I marvel at this event and what an incredible event it is, and the all the logistics that go into it. So we've thanked a million people as we've gone through today, and again, I would echo that and just say what a wonderful job they've done throughout, and certainly the students as well. We have two selections that we're going to play for you. The first actually is indeed a medley of songs from the show Hamilton. And Hamilton, if you haven't seen it, you should really check it out. It's really amazing. It's this sort of retelling of the American story, really, and all that we are and all that we hope to be and all that we could be. And I would recommend that you check it out. It's wonderful music too, and if you don't think you know any music by the composer of Hamilton, he also did another show called In the Heights, but perhaps most common, that many of you may have seen the movie Moana, and he wrote the music for the film Moana as well, which is very catchy and just it has an incredible gift for lyrics and a wonderful artist. So that's our first selection, and then we close the program today with our second one, which really needs no introduction, but certainly fits our theme today of Rising Up.
I get the drama and drumline students to come on back out here? Drama students, drumline students, come on back out. Any place you are, come on out. So those of you that know me know that it is rare that I am speechless. But tonight I'm speechless. This is amazing. The thing that I want you all to keep in mind, this is work that happens in one day. One day. So I just have to say to all of our students, will you please rise up? Will you rise up? All of you. We have visual arts students, creative writing students, those instructors that were here today that made this happen. Will you rise up? Emily Gifford, get out here. Parents, will you rise up, please? If you are a chaperone, a parent, a grandparent, will you please rise up? If you are here to sponsor these students, will you rise up? So the thing that I have to say is there is a lot of thing happening right now that makes us all angry at one another. This gives me hope, right? Does this not give you hope? These kids are amazing. Thank you for supporting them. Thank you for being here. Emily, thank you for a great job. And give it up for these students. Woo!